Alrighty guys, I'm Casey and welcome to a brand new episode of our All the Mods 6 adventure, guys. Welcome back. Last episode we looked at power and we set up these two water wheels right here, which is generating us our power into here. This is still not fully charged. It looks like its red bar goes across as it progresses, which is kind of cool. I like this. I kind of like this better than the End of IO variant that was its like predecessor, I guess. But that's what we did last episode, and what we're going to do in this episode is continuing on with power and what it means for our kingdom. So what I want to achieve in this episode is some sort of ore doubling mechanism and automatic smelting mechanism. And there are two ways that we are going to go about that. The first way is through the use of very simple machines that only take up a couple of blocks. Then after that, we're going to get into blocks from Immersive Engineering, which are like big, massive machines that take up many blocks and are a lot more advanced and a lot more difficult to get into than the early game. But this will showcase two methods, one really easy, one really cool. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the episode. Did you know you could scroll on down, leave the video a like, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, it all helps out the channel. So when it comes to ore doubling, there are two fundamental parts. There's the first part of turning the ore into something that we can smelt. Now we could of course, we can smelt the ore, but all that's doing is giving us a 1-to-1 ratio, as I've done with a little bit over here. Obviously, I've got a little bit of iron. I mean, you should already know this, but I'm just going to briefly cover it. If we put one iron ore in here and we smelt this down, it gives us just one piece of iron ore. Well, iron, yeah, an iron ingot. And that's all alright, but there is a way we can get two out of it. And that's by just adding in another step before the smelting step. And for that, I'm going to use this pulverizer from Thermal Theories. And this is kind of really easy. We just need a iron nugget, which I can easily craft up like so. So we need 2 copper gears. That's not a problem. 1, 2. Then we need this redstone flux coil. This used to be called a reception coil. And then we need a piston. Again, I've got all of the stuff for the piston. Brilliant. Then we need this machine chassis, which requires a tin gear. Got some tin. And then the machine frame needs a bit of glass and some iron. Got that. And a pulverizer. Boom. There we go. Now, let me just grab another piece of... Actually, we can do this with this one. Now, if we take this pulverizer all the way out to power... So if we place the pulverizer down here next to power, this should start getting power, which it is doing, which is great, brilliant. We should just be able to stick the iron ore in, and that's going to start pulverizing for us. Now, I'm only going to stick one iron ore in. If you remember, we turned one iron ore into one iron ingot. Now, if we put it through the pulverizer, we should get these 2 iron dust. And what we can do with these iron dust, if we take them to a furnace, is throw them into there, and each one of these iron dust will turn into 1 ingot. So, we're extracting 2 ores, well, 2 ingots from 1 ore. A ratio of 1 to 2, which is great, brilliant, fantastic. That's pretty much what I want. But, I want to automate this a little bit more, because this furnace requires coal. There is something called a redstone furnace in the pack, which is this thing right here. Now, there are a few different furnaces, but we're going to go with this one. And it's very similar to what we just cooked up a moment ago, which is the pulverizer. And what this allows us to do is smelting. So I'm just going to get a few of these resources together. So I'm just chilling, smelting down or pulverizing some of the resources I'm going to need for this next step. And this guy volleys his way past. Yowzers, they heard. Okay, let's sneak underneath them. Please don't electrocute me. Please don't electrocute me. He's gone. Am I being haunted? Excuse me. Can you please get your llamas out of my waterworks? It's not very animal friendly. I'm afraid that they might become mulch meat. Mince meat. They might go nice under a shepherd's pie or something if you leave them in there too long, my friend. Move them. We don't want harm coming to any animals on this series. Do you understand that? Apart from cows. I need their leather. Alrighty. He's listening. He's moving his... Nope, your llamas have still stood there, mate. All you've succeeded in is giving me 2 leads. You just chill in the corner. Chill in the corner, my friend. Just chill. Okay, so I think I got everything I need to make up the redstone furnace, which is just bricks, it's copper gears, which we've already done, the redstone flux coil, and the machine frame we've already done all of that. So now that we've got that, I do need some more LV wire connectors because I'm suffering from a minor issue. And it looks like I'm going to have to make some more up. I've got some clay in here, I'm sure. And I think it was copper was the other one, wasn't it? The LV wire connector. Let's have a little look here. LV wire connector. I'll show you guys a little issue that I'm having all of a sudden. I don't know why it suddenly started, but it did. Maybe one of you guys knows what's causing it. I don't. I think it's a bug, but I'm not entirely sure. Oops-a-daisy. Did not mean to put that there. Press that there. Place that there. Oh, words, I tell you. Sometimes they can be very difficult indeed. So, now that we've got this redstone furnace, we don't need coal, which is a great relief because using furnaces as a coal is taken away from making coal coke. So, this is what I've had to do. For some reason, when I'm connecting these to this now using a relay, so I'll show you guys what I don't have any relays on me. Never mind, I don't have a relay on me. But if I connect those to this using a relay, this no longer gets power. However, if I connect it to this without using a relay, by just using this wire connector, then it still transfers power. And I don't know why it suddenly started doing that, because we saw that it was definitely getting power before when we had the relay on it. Then all of a sudden that stopped. So I don't know why. So right now I'm having to do a rudimentary setup. I just sort of do it like this. But it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So we're gonna connect these up like so, give them some power using these LV coils like so, and that's gonna get some power in there. And then what we can do is we can take our iron dust out of here. We can use this basically as a furnace, and that will smelt us up our iron like so, which is great. But we can do this a little bit more differently. You see, we can set this to configure. Now, unfortunately, I can't configure it that way. Do I have my hammer on me? No. Okay, we'll get the hammer in a minute. But basically, we can set this to export to a chest and then import from a chest. And I think we need an augment for that, but I'm just going to go grab a chest and my hammer and see if we do. Got my chest, got my crescent hammer, and I've put the chests down. Now, we're going to see if this does work or not, because we can configure it. I think that's the top. Yes, I just configured the top. I want to configure the back to input into there. So let's just test that theory by taking this iron ore out and putting this iron ore in here and seeing if it's going to automatically input. No, it's not. Is it an automatic output that it does? I've got a feeling we do need an argument for this, but that should output to this chest. We can configure this to input from this chest, which it looks like it is doing, and then output to the back, which should put it into this chest. But I got a feeling that we need an augment for this to work properly, and I kind of felt that we needed that from the get-go. So, if we type in at thermal, we can see most of the stuff from this mod. And what we want is this cycle, the ceiling mod here. There's a little process. We're going to need 2 of these. And the main thing here, we need silver. Okay, that's fine. We can get silver. We know how to get these plates with a hammer. But it's this constant that I wanted to show you guys. And if you look here, you can see this requires nickel dust and copper dust along with a fire charge. But I think we can do this another way. So I'm going to grab some nickel and some copper. I've got some copper here. I think I have some nickel right here. We're going to put this into this furnace because I want this to smelt up. Now with that made up, we've got ourselves the nickel. We've got ourselves the copper. I'm hoping that this sort of works. We created these little smelters in here. I forgot what they're called now. Kilns, that's what I'm looking for. That's the word I'm looking for. We created these kilns, and I think we can go ahead and just put a couple of nickel in there, a couple of copper. Let's make 4. Give this thing a little bit of fuel. I've got some coal coke on me, and that should start to make us the constant, if I'm correct. This little stuff right here. That's in. Oh no, it isn't. There it is. The constantan. Yes, it does plenty. Good. Let me get these smelted up. This episode has been full of derps. I made a small mistake, guys. If we look at this, I was thinking this was copper, but I've just looked and it's not. It's singlalum. Or cynium. Or whatever you want to call that thing. Oh, this stuff is not really all that easy to get a hold of, guys. It requires an induction smelter that then requires this. This is all doable. Don't get me wrong. This is all perfectly doable. But I don't know 100% that this is going to work. And 2, I have another project that I want to work on in this episode. I don't know if I want to go down that road just yet. I really want to. Oh, wow. We've got really. Look at that. Oh, wow. Barely any frames. Not sure I want to go down that road. So I think I'm going to start working on what I actually want to work on this project. And that is a way to ore double using immersive engineering. So before I can even start to build this, I need a few things. First thing I need is some steel. So I got myself some steel smelting up here in the blast furnace, which is all well and dandy. That's good. It's good. It's good. Second place is I need a place to put this machine. So what I'm thinking is we're gonna bring the pathway sort of like up and over here a little bit, maybe to about here, and then this here is where it's gonna be. So let's just widen this a little bit, unify it a little bit more. That could be a little bit more. And then I think I want to have it right here, which means I need to start some sort of building to put this in. The trouble is, I don't know exactly the specifications of this building just yet. You see, I need to put in what we're having here first. And the machine that we are going to be building is going to eat up a 3x3x5 area, which is this. This is the kind of area that it is going to eat up. And I definitely want to have I want to have a block here and a block here, so that we can come down and go to the front of it. But then we need to put things in it from the top, so I definitely want a way to access it from the top. So I think the best thing I can do to begin with is actually construct the, the device, then put the building around it. That's kind of the way that I want to do it. So I'm going to dig out just a little bit of a hole. Then we'll get on building this thing. So I had a little think about this, guys, and I think I'm not going to put it in a hole just because of the way that we're going to have it configured. I think it'd be better to have it configured on a flat platform, which I know contradicts what I just said, but this is where I've decided to go with it in this. This is a block that it's going to fit in, or at least the specifications and dimensions of it. But we do need a bunch of resources, which I've gathered here. I think I'm going to need a bit more steel. I don't think 48 is going to be enough, but I'm hoping that we can at least get somewhat of a start on it. So the structure that we're going to be building is a multi-block machine from the mod Immersive Engineering. If we right-click the Immersive or the Engineering manual, we can look at these heavy machines right here. We should be able to find the crusher right here. And this is the machine that we are building. And I've got another document up on the side here that shows me everything that I need. So you can see it's building itself here. This is the orientation that we need to build it in. And the sort of highlighted block there is the block that we need to click in order to sort of complete the multi-structure. Very similar to the way that we did with the coke oven and the blast furnace. So the top layer, we're going to start from there, requires 9 hoppers. Okay, so we should be able to just make ourselves up 9 hoppers fairly easy here. That's 8. So if we do that, boom, we got the first stage, which is 9 hoppers. If we look in the manual again, you can see that if we go to the top, you can see that, stop that. That's what the machine looks like when it's fully done. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it's not going to show us. There we go. You can see the hoppers are the top one. Now, the next one, it does tell us here what we need. We've got 9 hoppers. We need 8 steel fences. Okay. So steel fences are pretty easy. We just need steel ingots like so. And I believe it is like this. Or maybe not. Maybe. Is it this way around? I always get these modeled up. Yes. Right, how many of these did we need again? Steel fences, 8. Okay. So we are going to need a few more of these. It doesn't matter if we make too many of these. We are going to be using these quite a bit. And let's see if I can think it. We needed 8, didn't we? It was 8? Right, let me double check. My memory is absolutely dreadful. Yes. The next thing we need is a redstone engineering block. We can have a look at this using this like so. A redstone engineering block, which is this thing right here, and it requires a piece of copper, which we've got, redstone, which we've got, and it requires this iron sheet metal, which requires these iron plates. So I need my engineer's hammer, which is somewhere. I think it's in here, actually. Yes, it is. Good. And I'm going to make up quite a few of these, because I do know that we need quite a few of this sheet metal for this. So we're just going to make up ourselves a fair amount like so. And then we can go ahead and make up a redstone engineering block. Unfortunately, we do get a little bit more than what we need. I'm just going to dump some of this stuff away so it gives us a little bit more resources. Now we need 10 steel scaffolding. This is what I'm concerned about. This is what I'm worried about we're not going to have the steel for. So let's type this in, steel scaffolding, and here we are. And we need 10. Actually, we might have enough. We only needed 10 of this, didn't we? It was just 10 of this, wasn't it? Yes, and then we need light engineering block, and we need 10 of these light engineering blocks. So light engineering blocks should be right here. We need 10 of these. So I am going to need some of this. This is what I'm worried about. How many of these get? 4. So I need 12 of these in total. I thought I had... Oh, I must have turned all of my iron plates into what you would call it, sheet metal. Yes, probably did that, didn't I? Okay, so I need 12 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, I went through literally all of that. I'm gonna need some more sheet metal, and I don't know if I've got enough string to sort of craft another engineer's hammer. I don't. Of all the things I'm out of string. Actually, cotton. Can you not make like string from cotton? I'm sure that you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, good. And I think it's this. Oops, nope, grab that. Yes, there we go, look. I'm going to need a little bit more iron. Let's just grab that. Hopefully, this is enough. Okay, light engineering block. I need 12 of these. I've got 8. There's our 12. Good. And I need... Okay, I need more iron, more sheet metal. Oh, we need a lot of sheet metal. Okay. Is it? Oh, right. Fair enough. The crafting table add glitch odds. I was getting a bit worried then. Okay, we got a bunch of iron plate. That should be enough, I want to say. 4, 8, 12. Good. Now we should have everything that this says. Yes, brilliant. So now we can go and build this. So now that we're out here, guys, we can actually start placing down this framework in the way that we want it to go. And it goes steel scaffolding, steel scaffolding, steel scaffolding, steel scaffolding, steel scaffolding, and steel scaffolding. Then we need to switch over to the light engineering blocks like so and pop them down like so. Oh, we're frozen a little bit. It's just a lag spike. Unfortunately, this is a part of modern Minecraft. They've always existed for as long as I've played it. Okay. Now, the next one seems to be light engineering blocks over here, followed by a steel fence like so. And then it looks like it goes around here like so, with another light engineering block here, one here, and a... Oops, that's not right. Don't do that. That should be the redstone engineering block like so. And then it's the hoppers going into these fences, or these blocks, straight down. Make sure they go straight down. I did this once, and these did not go straight down, and it did not trigger the multi-block. Okay. Now all we need to do is take this and right-click the fence, and boom. There is our crusher. Now, if I remember correctly, the crusher accepts power from this block right here. So, I need to run some power from here to here, at least temporarily, until I put a building around it. So let me get that done. Guys, the crusher is in place. I've got power hooked up to it. Now we're going to put it to some use. We are going to put a building around it. It's not going to build around it in a minute, but we will get a building around it. I made a small mistake, guys. Power goes into this block, not this one. That's my bad. Now, it's been a while since I've used this, so I may get a couple of things wrong. Let's find out. So this, I believe, is the output. So I'm going to put a chest in front of that, and that should automatically output into that chest. Then all we need to do is throw in a block into the top, and it should start crumbling that up. We should look in here, and there we go. We got our iron dust. That was a lot quicker than what that does. Now, this uses a little bit more energy, and you can throw in an entire stack if you like so. And that should do that. Now, if I remember correctly, the items inside of here do not despawn. It stopped working. Why you stopped working? I really hope that item doesn't despawn. I really don't want to jump in there either to get it back. Can I just sort of like... Don't stand on that. Don't stand on that. Okay. Why are you not working? You're getting power. You have an output. This is the control panel. You can put a switch on here to turn it on and off with a lever. But the crusher just doesn't seem to... Okay, so it looks like I was a little bit wrong. It used to be you could just literally throw a ton of things into this and it would just hold a huge inventory. But now it looks like that's not the case. It only holds so much. So if I throw them in individually, it works. So I'm going to have to hook up some sort of system that feeds this in the time it takes to grind it up. But I'm going to work on that as I put the building around it. So I think that's my next goal. Let's get a building around this thing. Welcome on back, folks. And I've got a building put around it. We've gone with the exact same style that we've used here. I've just realized I forgot some trapdoors on this building right here. Let's put those in real quickly before I forget them. Oh, man, I always forget the trapdoors. Now, we do need to do some things to add some more detail to this, because they look kind of bland, if I'm honest. Maybe some flower pots or something. But I'm not going to worry about that too much, because I'm over time on this episode. But I wanted to show you guys the build anyway. So like I said, it's the exact same design. The only thing that's slightly different is the back here. I've used these telegraph poles from Immersive Engineering to mount these wire relays. And what they're doing now is just transferring power to this box right here, this energy cell, which we've got in the side of this building. We've connected this with just a regular wire coil. This is how I'm going to be transferring energy, at least for the foreseeable future, at least from this sort of power plant anyway. And we can get another one of these in here, which is what I want to do. And quite possibly add in an additional two here. I don't know. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just keep this side bland and we had a third one in. I don't know. I'll work on that a little bit later on. I'm not going to worry too much about it now. But the important bit is the inside and how I've fully automated this thing. So if we go inside, you can see that we've got the crusher right here. Let's take a picture of that. And that's the bare bones of it. But I moved the redstone furnace right here. As you can see, this thing is smelting. If we go through here, you can see that I've got power coming in off of an LV wire connector going to a relay, which is then splitting off to both these. I did try putting the relay directly on here, but it didn't distribute the power. It didn't even withdraw the power. So I don't think you could use these to actually withdraw power. Why it allowed us to put energy into it in the first place for a bit, I don't know. But yeah, that's that. Now let's come to the bones of this, because this is how this works. This is the input chest here. And if we were to input something, say like gold in there, then I've got conveyor belts going out the back. The hopper is just simply going into this conveyor belt. This conveyor belt is going round, up, and in to the top of the crusher. Inside the crusher is obviously smelting it up, or rather crushing it up, which is then putting it onto this conveyor right here, which is then taking the items from here, up here, and depositing them in this hopper. This hopper is then feeding into the redstone furnace, which is then going to smelt it up, which is then feeding into this chest. I just threw a bunch of the grit in that we had, or the dust in that we had, lying around, so it's taking a little bit of time to catch up. But we can upgrade this quicker. We can also get this so that it has a chest on top, which will make this a little bit quicker. I did try adding a chest in there, but it didn't work out. So let's just throw those on there. So now it is fully automated. We are all doubling using Immersive Engineering, and we're using something that we used from Thermal Foregoing, or Foundations. It changes its name. But I'm rather happy with how this episode has turned out. I think I might change that out because that's a temporary block. But for now, it is good. It is good. We're using Immersive Engineering, and I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I love this mod. This mod is so cool when you properly get into it. And this wasn't nearly as expensive as I thought it was going to be. So yeah, I think, guys, though, that is going to call it for this episode. So if you've enjoyed the video, guys, go ahead and leave a like and hit subscribe if you want to see more from me. Guys, thank you so much for all the support. I'm Casey, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.